Hello, brothers and sisters of Christ. My name is Hallowed Redemption, and welcome to this podcast, Discovering Potentials to Be Impactful. Discovering Potentials to Be Impactful. Well, today we will be centering on purpose. Okay, so shout out to everyone that are present here. Pray that the Lord gives us inspiration as the word comes out and let it inspire us to become champions. Well, once again, this is the Cascade of Champions podcast, also known as Rising Champions, and we are centering on discovering potentials to be impactful. But today, our main focus is on purpose. So now, let's define purpose. Purpose, as we all know in dictionary, refers to the reason for which something is done or created, the reason for which something exists or is done, made or used. The standard, that's the aim, goal, or intended outcome that drives an action or gives direction to life, guidance, decisions, behaviors, aspirations. In a broader sense, we can also say purpose often encompasses a sense of meaning, fulfillment, and significance in one's life or existence. The standard, very, very simple. But I would like to explain in my own experience and knowledge. So I believe from scriptures as my guide that purpose is more of a journey. People tend to mistake the purpose of a thing and say, okay, for instance, when I have a laptop and I say the purpose of a laptop is what? Maybe someone say to record videos, maybe to edit. Well, we know that this laptop has potentials, different potentials, but the purpose of it is to aid man, is to assist us. Now, let's go to what's man's purpose. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10 says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. I'm sure we quite understand that. Very simple. This is the NIV version. And it's cleared out from our own Bible knowledge of beginning, Genesis, when God created man. We all know that God created man to worship him. But we find out that even in that worship that we all thought man was to just bow down, shouting, holy, holy, forever. Man was charged to keep a garden. Yes, he was charged to keep a garden. He named animals. He had so many, many other things that he did. So this quite brings us to understand that man's purpose is quite a journey. Now, let's move on to Romans 12, verse 1 to 2. Here's where Paul explains further. So therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God, that this is your true and proper worship. Okay, now he explains to us how to offer a true and proper worship. That is, offering yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. Okay, verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So Paul explains to us how we could test and approve what God's will is. So for you to know what God's will for you, that is the purpose he has assigned, he has predestined in advance for you, you have to be renewing your mind. In other words, you have to reset your mind not to be conformed of this world, but to put on Christ. So it's quite clear to us that we have a journey of renewing our minds. Here comes the process of prayer, reading and studying the word, acquiring knowledge, and living a holy life. See, there are so many things that we ought to discover in this journey. And a purpose, in a sense, is very, very broad. And most people just tend to follow the patterns of the world, which Paul described here. We just reason looking at men out there saying, he went to school, he graduated, he got a first degree, he got a job, he made $1 million. Oh, wow, that's a very nice achievement. He got married, it's a bonus, gave birth to children. Well, there's something unique about why God made us. And following such patterns as we see, as what standards it, is not God's will. I'm not saying those things are not parts, but it should come from the place where God reveals to you, not what you see the world doing. I hope you understand that. So I would like to make this first episode be too long, as it's our first introduction. And I think I will end here, but I would love us to also reflect on our passions, our strengths, our values, because in our next episode, we'll be talking about those things, how God can use them for his kingdom, and how we can connect all these potentials and serve the living God, become champions that will change and inspire our world. So, God bless you all. Thank you for watching this video, and I trust that the Lord will inspire you, bless you, and empower you to become champions. Once again, this is the Cascade of Champions podcast. God bless you. Stay safe.